The road is a place where the ordinary can transform into the extraordinary in the blink of an eye. While driving or walking through the world's vast network of roads and highways, we encounter countless sights that make us gasp in awe. However, some of these moments are so bizarre and outlandish that they stick with us long after we've driven by. And thanks to the prevalence of smartphones, cameras, and more, these strange and often inexplicable road moments are now being captured and shared with the world. Join us as we have a look at some of the strangest road moments caught on camera. Number 1. Snail Man. This guy was dressed in a snail costume and brought all the vehicles to a halt as he crawled through the road on his belly. Sometimes I think people really do so much just to have fun or gain some attention. Number 2. Overflow. The owner of this luggage thought it would be nice to save on the cost of hiring a truck to move his things, so he had a bus loaded to its brim. However, seeing how the bus is shaking because of the heavy load, we can only hope that it gets to the destination in one piece. Number 3. Fog Machine. Now I find it hard to tell if these are actual cars or fog machines disguised as one. I mean, the smoke is as thick as a cloud, and I can't help but wonder what the cause may be. If we're being serious, these kinds of malfunctioning cars should be canceled from every highway, never to return. Number 4. Disco Wheels. You may think that only humans love to move their legs at the sound of a beat, but incredibly, these vehicles have also shown that wheels can develop minds of their own and give heart-stopping dance performances as well. These wheels actually do mean business. I bet you wish your dance game was as great as this. And this one is not only dancing, it's letting go of parts that may stand in its way as well. Well, it's not supposed to be funny, but you just can't help it sometimes. Number 5. Nothing to lose, it seems. Most drivers are usually extra careful when their trucks are fully loaded, but with this truck driver, the story seems to be a little different. He's seen driving and taking a sharp bend without any caution, like he has nothing to lose. And good for him. Luck seems to be on his side. Number 6. What's he staring at? It's weird that you can be caught up in traffic and catch a glimpse of a black dog looking at you dead in the eyes like this. And don't be mad if a cute white sheep does the same thing, as we see in this clip. I keep wondering what had caught those animals' attention. Why were they staring like that? Perhaps it was the camera. Number 7. Long truck. If there's a prize for the longest truck in the world, I think we have a winner. This truck has several compartments, and it reminds me of the Lego trucks that I loved to play with as a kid. But before you think you've seen it all, just know that there's a car with several mini cargos roaming the streets like this one. It makes you want to find out what really goes on in a person's head. Number 8. Mini car. If you're looking for the fastest way to draw attention to yourself, you may consider driving your child's toy car to work, like the man in this clip. And come to think of it, you can even save up on gas. Number 9. Broken glasses. This truck, loaded with glass material, stopped at a red light, and then the unthinkable takes place. The belt loosens, and before he knew what hit him, the glass bars had already found their way to the ground, and they were broken into bits. Number 10. Evidence. This driver probably didn't know that a roadblock was caught up in his front wheel. Now the blind could see that he had driven through a restricted area and he had set himself up for the police. Number 11. Too high. Sometimes it seems these truck drivers forget about the height of their vehicles. This driver is seen driving through an overhead bridge with his truck filled to the brim, but he didn't take caution and lost about half his cargo in the process. And for this guy, rumor has it that his truck is still stuck there to this day. Number 12. Fiery car. It's not every day that you see a fiery car, but this clip is one of those rarities. It seems the car in the clip felt more impact from heat than the fiery car itself. Number 13. Cargo. When the cost of getting a truck to transport your wood becomes too high, you can improvise with your car just like this one. Number 14. Kettle helmet. Now, perhaps this highway is actually the best place to have a very good laugh. I mean, what were these guys thinking when they decided to wear their kettles as helmets? Some people are just more about the fun than they are the safety. Number 15. Too much skin. This lady is seen walking down the street with half of her back open. It may seem as though she's obsessed with showing the driver some skin, and it sure looks like a good recipe for distraction. Number 16. Road ship. Imagine you can drive a car on water. It may sound strange, but that's exactly how bizarre these clips are. We see a yacht driving through the road on wheels, and you can't help but marvel at it. It even gets more hilarious this time as we see a car towing a boat on the road. But that's not the worst that could happen. This guy did something extraordinary when he attached wheels to his water bike and decided to ride it on the highway. Number 17. Car carrier. Now, I doubt if this is the correct way to transport a car, but this clip shows a bunch of them stacked up on a truck. I guess it's all fun and games until the truck takes a sharp bend and the cars come crashing down. Number 18. Rickety bus. This bus looks like it's been on the road for several millennia, and aside from the rusty body, the rickety wheels look so strange they must have caught the attention of every passerby. I must say it's nothing short of a miracle the old guy is still living. Number 19. Cool breeze. These cars look like they're already fit for the junkyard, but if you think beyond the tattered bodies and consider the positive side, you'll see that these cars actually give room for some cool breeze. That's what the owners probably think. Number 20. Towing bike. At first glance, you would think that the bike is actually towing this car, but in the real sense, it looks like the car driver ran into the bike and he decided to keep going instead of waiting to sort things out. He clearly doesn't mind raising suspicion. Number 21. Party ladies. These ladies are seen sipping some wine and jubilating on top of a tattered half car. It is a really hilarious sight. The car is the car as long as they have fun and get some air. Number 22. Big pig without worries. In this clip, we see a man riding on a bike. However, the highlight of the moment is the pig lying in the trunk, moving its legs and giving a kind of attitude as though it has no worries at all. Number 23. Balance. It's unclear if this guy is trying to test his balance, but whatever motivated him to stack up these plastics on his head while riding his bicycle must be very weird and strange. And just before you can recover from that weird sight, the guy takes it a step further and is seen carrying a bag of wood on his shoulder. The funniest part is that his bike doesn't even have a steering wheel. However, he seems to be the master at riding a bike with only the pedals. Number 24. The swap. In a hilarious swap, we see a car pulling a container off the truck. The weight of the container threw the car into an uncontrollable dance. However, if that mindless swap did not make you flinch, then this clip may do the job. I mean, a car being moved by a bike should be cringeworthy to everyone. Number 25. Wheels off. Wheels flying off of vehicles on the highway are really abnormal. Nonetheless, most road users have gotten accustomed to the fact that it may happen at any time. But one thing that you may never get used to is two wheels flying off a truck at the same time, but that's exactly what you see here. Number 26. Geese parade. In this rare moment, we see a family of geese crossing the road as gently as possible, and I'm sure you also think it's a cute thing to see. Number 27. Ostrich racing. It seems that birds just have a thing for the highway because this clip also shows an ostrich in a race with two moving bikes. At first, it may look like the big black bird was chasing the bikes, but judging from how it didn't charge at the guys when it caught up with them, I would conclude that the ostrich was just enjoying the race. Number 28. Road elephant. On an Indian road, a tourist pulled over to take pictures of an elephant and also gave it some apples. The plan was working and everything seemed to be okay until that big elephant turned the tricycle over with its trunk. Maybe elephants just love turning things over, because in these clips we also see something similar to the previous one. Number 29. Tiger attack. This clip is the first practical tip on why you shouldn't roll down your glass while driving through the highway. You may never know when a tiger is going to feel like grabbing some lunch. Number 30. Bad crash. I think some drivers just get behind the wheel without learning how to use their side mirrors properly, because that would explain why the driver in this clip turned abruptly, causing a terrible collision. Number 31. Driver's mess. This driver would learn patience the hard way after he finds out that he could have saved his exhaust and bumper from falling off had he been a bit more careful. Number 32. Vin Diesel. This clip shows a car driving down a stairway, and trust me, I didn't really expect a happy ending, but the driver must have felt like Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious when she made it through the stairs like it's no big deal. Number 33. The handbrakes. Here's another practical tip, but this time, the take is that you must always pull your handbrakes whenever you park your car. This driver would wish he knew that after he loses his car and damages the other guy's bumper. Number 34. Hands are tied. In this clip, the guy could do nothing but watch his car get drowned in water. I mean, that's the most painful thing anyone could go through, and I'm sure that you can feel his pain as well. Number 35. Road race. You don't get to drive a sports car on the highway all the time, do you? But for this guy, the pro is that he can overtake every car on the road and zoom off with ease. And I don't know what the cons are, but he clearly reminds us of Lightning McQueen, the main character in the movie Cars. Number 36. Lightning. This guy is driving down the road in rain and the lightning suddenly flashes in front of him. The lightning looks so dangerous, like fire had hit the ground. And trust me, that driver actually missed the casualty by a hair's breadth, because if lightning had hit his car, it would have been an entirely different story. Number 37. What was that? Imagine that you're riding through the bush and you see a figure that looks like a man somersaulting across the road, like the one in this video. I bet you'd be as dumbfounded as the guy in the back of the vehicle. Number 38. Three-wheelers. In this clip, we see a tricycle carrying a huge load that's about 10 times its size, and I can't even imagine what the driver was thinking when he agreed to do this to himself. I think the three-wheelers are really trying to prove that they can do more than we thought. It looks like they've been underestimated because just like the previous clip, these tricycles are moving some huge cables and it looks kind of effortless. And you know what? Perhaps trucks are overrated. The next time that you want to move some luggage, you can consider being like these guys. Just get 1 or 2 tricycles and the job is done. Number 39. Show off some skills. This rider decided to show off some biking skills. Yeah, that's right. What's the point of going basic when you can easily jump down a few feet like nothing happened? Number 40. 2-in-1. This clip is one of the most hilarious you'll see. The driver pulls over for a cop, and just when you think everything was going smoothly, the bizarre takes place and the car splits in two. The cop is left in a state of dilemma as the driver zooms off in one half of the car, leaving the other behind. Number 41. Roadcraft. This hilarious moment shows aircrafts, or should I call them roadcrafts, whatever name you want to go by, it would definitely not be as strange as the fact they're being towed on the highway by a truck. Isn't it such a strange thing to see? I can't even imagine how I would react if I was sitting in my car and saw something like that. Number 42. Innovation. This innovation looks strange, but I think it makes a lot of sense. It's a combination of modern-day car and the horse and the chariot style of the ancient world. The reaction of the guys in the car shows how superb the idea is. Number 43. What's going on? Now, I really can't tell what's going on in this clip, but it is obvious that the girl has no control over the bike. In fact, you would be right to conclude that the bike is driving her instead. Number 44. Paparazzi. While a lot of things may seem unclear about this clip, one thing that I do know for sure is that some people don't know when not to be paparazzi. At least, not in the middle of the road like this woman, who suddenly parks her car, gets out her phone, and begins recording heaven knows what. I'll just take it that she doesn't know how that frivolity can cause a traffic jam. Number 45. A sudden flood. Somewhere in Oman, a dry and safe bridge suddenly becomes overwhelmed by a flood in only a matter of seconds. The drivers resorted to honking, and they can be seen trying their best to get off the bridge before the flood gets out of hand. The flood kept rising, but thankfully, all the drivers made it through to the other side. Number 46. When overtaking goes wrong. The next two clips showed the same scenario where drivers try to overtake and they meet their demise in the process. It looks really bad, but it's great that they didn't hurt other road users when they did it. Number 47. A collision. In this clip, you should fix your eyes on the black car on the left. The guy driving the car seems to be sleeping behind the wheel because that would be the only reason he suddenly crashes into a pole and breaks down the entire thing. Number 48. Hard drop. In this next clip, the girl falls from the back of a bike, but the strange part is that the rider had no idea as he zoomed off, leaving the girl behind. Number 49. Another bad crash. The driver probably forgot that he had a fully loaded trunk when he made a sharp turn. It would be too late to fix things when he finds out his luggage immediately fell off and scattered all over the road. We see a similar scenario in this clip where a truck was fully loaded with wood, but things went haywire when the driver suddenly made a turn. And this time, the truck did not only lose its cargo, it also crashed into pieces. Number 50. Road dancer. This guy had a really comical reaction to the truck driver that was behind him. Though it's hard to tell what the reason for the reaction was, the guy is seen dancing funnily on the road while teasing the truck driver. With that, we've come to the end of the video. What do you think about these strange road moments? You should let me know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to be on the lookout for more jaw-dropping moments in the future whenever you're behind the wheel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.